Hello all, we are going to make that rail fence star quilt that we made on my live. I'm going to show you how to do one block. We're going to do it this way so that you can all see it without being interrupted by many things, right? So we are going to, let's see, what am I going to do here? We are going to put this like this. So what I did was I just took 6.5-inch blocks and I created what seems to be a rail fence look. And what it amounts to, here we go, is that you're going to make a rail fence block using 3 2.5-inch strips. You can just strip piece a whole bunch of them and then cut them down to 6.5. You can do 2.5 by 6.5-inch scrap pieces and then cut them that way. There's so many possibilities that can be done. I'm over here just mapping out how it looks and you will see it soon. Here we go. And this way I just don't get confused. So you can follow along with any one of my live in which I made this, or you can follow along with this video. So that's what this video is about. So now I have my rail fence blocks. I don't know if you can see them. Let's see, I will spin it down for you. Let's see. There they are. And again, strip sets, you can watch that all on my lives, but I just went ahead and actually just did the 2.5 by 6.5 and just sewed the 3 together because I use scraps. I use scraps that look just like this, and then I just cut them down and I used a 6.5-inch ruler. This is a 6.5 and I just trimmed it down. So many possibilities with this, so many possibilities. So I have mapped out how I want my block to look. And then I also decided to use black and white as my accent color. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put these in. And I want to make a flip and stitch. See, just like that. So I'm going to come here and just do them on the center blocks. Now, if you see on here, I drew a center line and then 1/2 inch away. And the reason I did that was so that I can have a bonus HST. And now if you notice, I'm coming in here and I'm looking at what I'm doing because I know I have to flip and stitch it like that. So I am going to go all the way around so I do not get myself confused. This will go this way and then that one will go that way. So here we go. I've laid out how I want it to look. You're the designer, so you're going to lay it out. I'm just giving you a technique that I use. And I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to put my flip and stitch in. And I'm sewing just shy of the line, just shy, like 1 hair. And then I'm going to come in and go to the next one. Again, if you want a more feeling of doing it in real time, you can go to any one of my lives and where I've made this. And then coming in. And the next step is once I have all 4, run all 4 through, I am going to run my bonus HST through, which is that second line that I drew that was 1/2 inch away from the first line. And we're going to do that. Oops, I just threw that on the floor and I need that. All right, so now that I have all the 4, let me put this last one in. And I'm just running these through, this is called chain sewing. So if you're new to my channel, or you're new to sewing, I do a lot of chain sewing. All right, so I come in here and I am going to cut those off. Now, in between here, I have the 1/2 inch. I am going to take my scissors and cut between those 2 sewn lines. And then I will get this piece and I'll get a bonus HST. What am I doing with the bonus HST? I have no clue. But it's big enough that I can use for another project. So I am going to hold on to it. And we will see what we come up with in the future for it. And here we go. And I'll just put those away. Now we are going to press, and we are going to press these out. We're going to press them out. And then I actually going to put these right back in how they're supposed to be. Because you want to double check that the flip and stitch that you need is not going to be like this. See, I put that in the wrong spot. You want to make sure that your stripes now are going the correct way. So that one wasn't. And as you can see, then I audition. And I'm like, oh, okay. Now I just want to show you something. You could just do one flip and stitch. And then what you would get is a friendship star. You see that? And then you could just sew up your block like a 9 patch. But if you continue, here we go. But if you continue and add another flip and stitch, right? Because I could leave it like that. Then you get your sawtooth star. So now I'm going to come in with these and I'm going to put them in. Make sure. I think this is a better view now. You can probably see more. We're going to go through like that and put that through like that. There you go. So now we're going to take these and we're going to run them through. And there we are. And there we go. So here we are. I have now the first pass, which would be the flip and stitch part, but we're going to sew in that bonus HST, which is the second line that I drew. I know I repeat myself, but it's so that you can really understand what I'm doing. This is real time. I do not edit. You're getting real time here. So the blocks that I'm using to flip and stitch is really your preference. And, you know, I kind of just made this up on the fly on one of my lives, so you can see my thinking process. But this happens to be a 6.5 inch center. These are 6.5 inch. And these blocks that I'm using to flip and stitch, they are 4 inch. It is a chunky. It's got a chunky center. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You could possibly go 3.5 inch. I just chose 4 because I like a thicker star leg, but you can absolutely probably go 3.5 inch, 3 3/4. It's really your preference. You're going to make this quilt. yours out of your scraps. You probably can make this in any size from the scraps that you have. Nobody says it has to be a rail fence. It could just be solid blocks. So I'm going to iron and press this towards the dark side. I mean, not towards the dark, towards the, press it out so it's towards the black and white fabric. And if you notice, see how it's chunky. It's not 1/4 of an inch, it's a lot more. So now we are going to put this in. Let's see, where are we going to put this in? We are going to put this in here. Okay, I have to always double check what I'm doing. So the blue comes here, and then that goes there. Now, I will say, I already noticed I made a mistake. And you know what? It's okay. We're just going to let it go. So right now, I'm going to put this together like a 9 patch right here. Let's see, do we need to put together as a 9 patch? No, we don't. I can kind of just show you so I make this video a little shorter. Here it is. Once we sew these together like a 9 patch, you get this right here. And then let me show you what's going on over here. Over here, we have the whole quilt. Again, using all my scraps. Gonna get out of the way. It's all here. Let me scan you up. What I did is, here's my blocks, and I went ahead and this was my sashing, again, out of scraps. So these are my sashings, and I put them in here. So that's where the one sash went and the one. You can choose to put these right next to each other. You could choose to do anything you want. I'm only here trying to give you inspiration on how to use some of your, your scraps you have. And that's it. That's what I'm here for, inspiration. So there you go. We have this. This is the block. If you have any questions, please comment. I will try to get to you. If you have any other questions, I will link some lives below in where we made this. So everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe. And it's so important to share my channel out there so other people know I'm around. And if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button on your way out, I would absolutely appreciate that. Have a great day. Bye.